pleasure to greet you all in the behalf of Nepal Culture and Film Center as an official host, and really very grateful for you all for gracing this event with your valuable presence. So the festival was proposed to take place in Canada on last April, but as we all know about the global pandemic hitting the world, we decided to conduct it this way as we truly believe in the show must go on spirit. And here we begin the opening ceremony of second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival. Well, talking about Nepal Culture International Film Festival and Nepal Culture and Film Center, it is a non-profit and a non-governmental organization established in November 2018 with the aim of promoting the culture of film and in Nepal and all over abroad. So NCFC is the organization which have been established with the main objective to explore the cultures and traditions from all over the world and present it to the global audience. And CFC aims to establish itself as a laboratory and educational as well as experimental platform for the study, research, practice of films and filmmaking as a Nepali film industry. So the talking about more objectives about NCFC, we'd like to develop Nepal as a hub of filmmaking and experiments, to establish films as intellectual as well as commercial properties, to establish films as yes, connected to Nepalese youth potential in filmmaking, endorsing and facilitating youth films, to conduct our regular program workshops, debates, interactive sessions on creative and intellectual films, and to bring Nepalese films on the international platform. And also the motive of NCFC is to establish itself as a research center for films, to host intellectuals, artists, and film activists, and to advise and help the concerned film authorities in formulating an efficient set of morals and policies for the industry. Well, also it helps to facilitate production of various society-based informative documentaries, feature films, drama, and advertisements. Well, NCFC also acts as one of the major agencies in promoting the Nepalese culture and tradition and showing it all to global audience, and also conduct various film and events internationally and showcasing Nepal and national films all over the world. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are waiting for our attendees, our panelists to join us shortly so that we can start our program. And yes, of course, we do not want anyone to miss our very historic event in this virtual platform right here organized in Nepal. So yes, now I'd like to introduce you all to our all the guests who has been with us today. And yes, let's start the official program by welcoming our respected dignitaries and acknowledge our presence of our valued guest. Yes, you all. So with us we do have our chief guest, Dr. Shekhar Koirala from Nepali Congress leader, and yes, from Nepal. So we do have our festival chairperson, Mr. Santosh Subedi, chairman of Nepal Culture and Film Center and chairperson of Second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival, Nepal. We do have with us General Rukmangad Katwal, NCF Apologies, because as we are in new normal, yes, of course, the internet uh, practice can vary from country to country and places to places, and we are back again. Very sorry for that. So I was welcoming our respected dignitaries and our valued guest, and yes, of course, acknowledging everyone's name. So yes, in chief jury we do have Alberto Guzman, co-founder of the Arlington International Film Festival, United States. As a jury member, we are very much delighted to welcome Lion Kunji, manager of festival programming at Toronto International Film Festival, Canada. We do have as a jury member Ms. Richa Sharma, actor, producer, and one of the pioneer actor in Nepal. We do have as our jury member Elizabeth White, award-winning director, producer, best known for independent production from Los Angeles. Also, we do have our jury member Jalak Elk, social and audiovisual entrepreneur, active member of Filmmaking Association of Croatia, and festival programmer at Dhaka International Film Festival. And yes, now I'd like to welcome our special guest for the event, our festival. So we do have a veteran actor, director, and producer from Nepal, Mr. Krishna Malla. We do have Dayaram Dahal. He is also a director and chairman of Film Development Board, Nepal. We do have our special guest, Mr. Binod Paudil, who is the principal of Oscar International College, a film college in Nepal. Also, we do have Mr. Subhas Prasad Gojurel, Pre-Film Selection Committee Head, Artist Director and Filmmaker from Nepal. Now I'd like to acknowledge our guests from various countries and yes, of course, taking their names now. So we do have April Rank, Executive Director at Arlington International Film and Video Festival, United States. Also, we do have Alvaro Albino, filmmaker, producer, writer from Brazil. We do have Patricia Paulik, film producer, film instructor, author, and student advisor on film festival from States. We do have Mashka Fulfonik, writer, screenwriter, and playwright from Serbia. We do have Mato Alvado, composer and director from France. We also have John Hennedy, filmmaker, stunt coordinator, COVID-19 safety coordinator, and consultant from Australia. We do have Akif Mian, director, writer, film consultant, freelancer from Pakistan. Also, we do have as our guest Arundhati Bajopathyay, actor, creative, writers, and storyteller from India. Taking the names further, we do have our valued guest, yes, Rene Edwards, a producer, director, and creator from London. Mark Pinoli, CEO, Logs in Foundation, filmmaker, director from Australia. We do have Razibul Hossein, director, founder at Asian, founder at Lost Creatives, United Kingdom. We do have Purushottam Dahal, chief executive officer at Times International Publication, Nepal. We have Raz Lutel, media representative from Nepal, Parba Nepali, NCFC secretary from Nepal, Mitaram Dahal, NCFC treasurer from Nepal, Urmila Waiba Lama, NCFC board member from Nepal, Puskar Lama, NEFTA president from Nepal, Catherine Harold, actress, director, producer, writer from France. Our guest, further, I would like to acknowledge them. And he is Dan Jobskon, film representative, writer, director, producer from United States. Ashulika Kapoor, actor, founder at Red Collection and owner at Red Polka Production, India. Also, we do have Indrayani Ghosh, film representative, artist, director, and producer from India. Giorgio Moltani, film representative, director, producer from Italy. Sricha Das, film representative from India. Ben Tobin, film representative, freelancer, director, and producer from USA. We do have further Naeem Haq, film representative, director, producer, and writer from Bangladesh. We do have Sandeep Banerjee, director, producer from India. Francisco Coco, film representative, producer, director from Spain. Upinder Chachana, film representative, filmmaker, author, consultant from India. Abhik Das, filmmaker, director, producer from Bangladesh. Sanjita Bulbul Agrawal, film representative, actor, filmmaker, artist from India. Sachin Vishwakarma, producer from Flibulu Production, India. Yashin Marco from Cope. Yes, director and producer at Good Gas Corporation. We do have Lakshmi Prasad Budathuki from Global Multicultural Organization. Rohit Nepal, a founder of Mustang Digital Solution. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope uh, we have now invited all of our guests, and yes, of course, we'd like to acknowledge all of your presence. And yes, we wanted to take time to appreciate your presence and witness this historic moment being created. So yes, we are very much glad to welcome you once again here. So almost our attendees, our panelists are here. So let me put a light upon how Second Nepal Cultural International Festival is being held. And yes, of course, the synopsis of the festival, how actually we are taking forward the festival. And it will be held from today, yes, 1st December to 29th of December, virtually live from our official social sites. So we do have 41 films from 24 countries. From December 3rd, selected films will be screened as per the published schedule virtually live from our Facebook and official sites. Film screening will be held till 15th of December. On the 17th, 18th, and 19th of December, we will be having a webinar on different three topics related to filmmaking, where national and international guests, delegates, filmmakers, and the audience will be able to interact. On 29th of December, we'll be having a final award ceremony, and most probably we'll be doing this program physically as well. So our mission is to explore and expose Nepal through science, tourism, cultural cinema, and shooting destination globally. So we encourage students, independent filmmakers to attend and learn from our guests and judges about specific topics from the films, filmmaking, related media, and film business through screenings. So support from our sponsor will also be used to produce film festivals, bring filmmakers and other artists to the host city for the mega event. We also would like to invite professionals from film industry to attend and spend a quality time at the festival premises in order to exchange cultural diversity globally. Our first film festival got immense success and exposure to film community, both in international and national scenario. Hundreds of films were submitted from 21 different countries. And yes, in second year, we do have participants from 24 different countries. And we had well-known film authors, consultants, and juries from international level, and over 5,000 of audiences joined and attended in our very first festival. And yes, today we are right here doing this program as a second festival. And again, we are very much delighted to welcome you all. So the purpose of NCIFF is to encourage young talent in filmmaking and promote children, women, cultural and teen films that are meaningful and inspirational across the world. The festival has some of the famous award-winning filmmakers from around the world and screening their films at the festival. So these movies are the benchmark for what a good film should be: entertaining, clean, hugely inspiring, and packed with moral values. And well, ladies and gentlemen, we'll now be starting our program with our official speeches from our valued guests. Well, our guests have been arriving right here in our virtual platform, and once again, we'd like to welcome you all. And we also just got to know that Dayaram Dahal who is chairman of Film Development Board, is right here with us. We want to acknowledge his presence. And yes, of course, we do have General Rukmangat Katwal also right here. So we also want to acknowledge your presence, and everyone who is just joined or being on the way to joining our virtual festival. We'd again like to welcome you all. So with this, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to now invite our very first speech. And yes, we do like to welcome our chairperson of Nepal Cultural International Film Festival, Mr. Santosh Subedi. He's also chairman of Nepal Culture and Film Center. And here we welcome his presence for the welcome speech for you all.
Hello everyone, Namaste. A very warm greetings and a very warm evening to all of you. I would like to introduce myself. I am Santosh Subedi, the chairperson of Nepal Culture and Film Center, and I am also the chairperson of Nepal Cultural International Film Festival. The motive to organize this festival is to promote cultural film and cine tourism globally. With this initiative, partnering with Campaign for Educational Awareness Nepal, we have distributed scholarships to more than 1,000 students, underprivileged students. Being a chairperson of Nepal Culture and Film Center, please accept my sincere gratitude, and I would like to welcome to all our attendees in our second Cultural International Film Festival. As we all know that we are suffering from COVID-19, I would like to humbly request all of you to stay safe and stay alert. I would like to heartily welcome our honorable chief guest, Dr. Shekhar Koirala, who has devoted his whole life serving his country. He's my idol as well. And thank you, Dr. Shekhar Koirala, for accepting our invitations and for your valuable presence. I would also like to humbly welcome to our patron, Honorable Patron Rukmangat Katwal sir, who is the former chief of Nepal Army and has served our country throughout his whole life. And also like to thank you, our patron, for accepting our invitations and being here with us, and his love coordinations towards our organization. I would also like to welcome to our international jury members, Chief Jury Alberto Guzman, Dalak AC, our jury members Elizabeth White, Richa Sharma ma'am, and to all our invited guests. Thank you everyone for being here with us, joining our second Cultural International Film Festival. I would like to give our festival introduction to all of you. As you all know that we have decided and declared our festival dates from 1st December to 29 December to be held in December. As today we are in our opening ceremony, 1st December, from 3rd to 15 December, we'll be screening our 41 films from 25 countries respectively. Each day, 5 films will be screened from 5 different categories. All films will be screened through our partners app, MyPoppy app. The film MyPoppy app link will be provided to all the movie lovers to see and feel the movie of our selected films. Similarly, from as the film will be screened till 15 December, we'll be having interaction and discussion sessions, webinar with our professional filmmakers. The webinar will be from 18, 19, and 20 December. And lastly, we'll be having our closing ceremony on 29th December. So I will humbly like to request all of you to view our selected films and give your valuable feedback and get inspired from our international movies. Also, I would like to thank to all our attendees for your valuable time and being here with us tonight. Being an organizer, I would like to introduce our country, Nepal. Nepal is a country full of natural heritage. It is rich in its culture, traditional and arts aspect. I'm so proud to say that Nepal has Mount Everest, the highest peak in the world, and the birthplace of Gautam Buddha. Similarly, in the recent years, Nepal has produced many national and international movies. Globally, Nepal is recognized as a shooting destination as well. So Nepal has been competing in national and international level and has won many national as well as international awards. So I would like to invite all our international guests to visit our country, Nepal, and feel the heaven. Last but not the least, I would like to thank everyone for your valuable presence in our opening ceremony. I would like to apologize for our delay due to technical problem. I hope you all understand. This is our first virtual festival. So we are having experience throughout. So in further days, we'll be doing it as we can better. So lastly, I will say, have a great time, enjoy the festival, and we all are supporting everybody to get better results. So our festival, you all have your valuable time. I would like to thank you for your valuable time and your presence in our festival. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Have a great evening. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Mr. Santosh Subedi, for your warm welcome remarks. Yes, of course. Probably, I believe we all get to know about how Second Nepal Culture International Film Festival has been working out and moving further with all new normal as well. And yes, of course, Chairman of Nepal Culture and Film Center, thank you so much for making this program possible, however it can be right here, and getting all the attendees and every guest from all over the world. We are very much grateful for you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, moving on, we do have our chief guest, and we are very much delighted to introduce you to all our chief guests. He is an idol in Nepal, and yes, of course, a source of inspiration for many. We'd like to welcome Dr. Shekhar Koirala, who is also a Nepal accomplished politician and member of legislature, Parliament of Nepal. He also previously served as a vice chancellor of B.B. Koirala Institute of Health Sciences. So we'd like to request Dr. Shekhar Koirala for his kind speech.
Respected chairperson of the festival, the jury members, organizing team, distinguished guests, and the filmmakers, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, I am a novice in this field. I am a medical doctor by profession, and politicians. I have started my politics recently. It is a pleasure for me to address the opening ceremony of the Second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival. The ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has brought us unprecedented situation before us. And we as a world and community are constantly innovating. We have now moved to conducting much of our work as well as recreation through online. Although film festivals have a much longer history of being held online, this, to my knowledge, is the first time being done in Nepal. And I congratulate the organizers for this innovative move, and thank you for inviting me to be a part of this splendid event. Ladies and gentlemen, I and the Nepali Congress as a party has always believed in promoting the freedom of expression and speech. Films are one of the best ways to propagate this. All of us present today are aware that while we are facing this pandemic as a nation, many of our fundamental rights are being constrained. Filmmakers and creative people in Nepal have often shouldered the important work of constantly reminding ruling political parties that we cannot be devoid of the fundamentals of freedom of expression. I and my party are in this fight, for this requires constant effort, and we have seen recent examples of these rights being taken away in a matter of time. Nepali Congress has been the frontline fighter for the democracy and its principles since our inception. We had never stopped. We have been relentless in fighting for the country's sovereignty that has rested upon its people. People have trusted us at different point of time, trusting us to lead them in various political movements. Once again, history puts us in a situation where we have to revive, to claim the rights that have been endangered or lost in recent years. Our solidarity or events like this one, therefore, is also a part of our movement. Globally and in Nepal, we have seen an emergence of amazing filmmakers bringing to life beautiful stories with every new challenge humanity has faced. Filmmakers have been pivotal in reflecting what society has undergone. And now that there are more advanced technologies and filmmakers have expanded their reach, I'm sure the films that will be showcased here will reflect our realities and society even more vividly. I look forward for watching the films from this festival and being part of this exciting journey. As I conclude my remarks, I wish luck to the participants, filmmakers, and organizers for a successful conclusion. The right jury, such as this one, is well equipped to award and facilitate the best among the participating films. May these films push us all to do better and to bring a better future. Thank you. Jai Nepal. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shekhar Koirala, for your warm speech. And yes, it was really very important that you all gave us blessings, and yes, of course, to make the program successful as well. Thank you so much for your valuable presence. So ladies and gentlemen, where we move on to our another speech, and another speech is again a person who is really very inspirational in Nepali fraternity, and yes, of course, a person we all does respect to. We do have our patron, General Rupmangat Katwal, and he is also former Nepalese Army General who served as a Chief of Army Staff of Nepal Army from September 2006 to August 2009. He had also commanded various historic bulletins, and yes, General Katwal is also a keen social worker. He also has been many lyrics in Nepali folk, patriotic, and popular song disciplines, and also known for his powerful speeches and inspirational to all. So we'd like to humbly request General Rupmangat Katwal for his speech.
Thank you, Urussa. Namaste to everybody. Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everybody else who are here on the internet. Mr. Chairman, Santosh Subedi, Chief Guest, Dr. Shekhar Koirala, members and guests, Chief Jury and juries, Nepal Cultural International Film Festival. It is with great pleasure and pride that I extend my best wishes to you and your entire team of Nepal Cultural International Film Festival for the success of the second initiative and innovative program you ventured to launch from Kathmandu. Culture and civilizations have broken the barriers and boundaries, and hope such festivals would help to bring entire human beings as one family under one umbrella. Ladies and gentlemen, the aim of Nepal Cultural International Film Festival is to explore, study, understand the cultures and traditions from all countries around the world and present it to the global community. It is the beginning of inspiring the younger and vibrating generations to come together as an active member of the global community for unity, integrity, and act as reservoir of trust and credibility. Protect and preserve humanity as one family to fight against common menaces like COVID-19, ecological collapse, international terrorism, and manage international migration. We can do this only when we are united. This kind of festival provides a better opportunity for understanding, respecting, and uniting the global community. Nepal, a country of diverse, multiple diversity, consists of 126 communities and 123 recognized dialects and languages. I expect this kind of festival will honor senior artists and encourage emerging ones. And also, this kind of program will certainly play a key role in promoting Nepali movies and cultural values throughout the global, along with the participating countries in the days ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, in today's connected world, you have global markets, global supply chains, global operators, and global partners, all of which are affected, impacted, influenced not only by geopolitics, but also by cultural civilizations. As we all know, civilizations have their own origins of cultures, traditions, languages, habits, and customs, and human behaviors developed, defined, reformed, and refined in the course of time. Although the process of cultural assimilation was not a pleasant one, often it was painful and traumatic at times. Nepal somehow was blessed in such a geographical location so as to become a multiple cultural melting point over the years. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that it takes a lot of dedication and hard work from organizers, volunteers, contributors, and filmmakers to bring an event like this together. And I like to commend all those entire teams involved to make this festival a memorable one in this COVID-19 pandemic. Despite many bruises and bumps, you have given your time, your talents, your treasures, your trials, and your techniques to make this a success story. I appreciate each one of you who are directly or indirectly involved in this festival. I do believe that transparency, accountability, and meritocracy are fully observed throughout the festival. My best wishes to all of you for an enjoyable and engaging experiences. I thank the chairman and your team, including chief jury and juries and the panelists and all the participants in this difficult time of pandemic, coronavirus that is. Thank you all. Stay safe from coronavirus and stay blessed. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, General Uttamangad Katwal, sir, for your kind words. And yes, your blessings are always being counted, and your powerful words has always been an inspiration for many of us. And yes, of course, we'll be taking your suggestion as appreciations as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on with our speeches, now we'd like to welcome a person who is been here in Nepali film industry since decades and made his different name as a veteran actor. So yes, now with lots of proudness, we'd like to welcome our actor who is here since ages, Mr. Krishna Malla. He's also a film producer and film director. We do have him here as a special guest, so we'd like to welcome you, sir, for the speech.
Urussa. Namaste and good evening from Nepal. Mr. Chairperson, Chief Guest, Dr. Shekhar Koirala, Patron of the organization, former CNC, General Rukman Katwal, jury members, organizing team members, and ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to extend my gratitude to the chairman and the organizing team for inviting me in this opening ceremony. and I wish the grand success of second NCIFF Film Festival. Even though now the cold is here, but I would like to extend my warm regards to all of you. And Mr. President, Mr. Chairman, please allow me to speak few words.
Sure, sir. You are welcome, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Such kind of international film festival are places of discovery and rituals where the films can be explored and consumed by audience of all ages and interests. And this is also the platform for new filmmakers where they can reveal their work to old and audiences, and the audience can discover new talents. It also gives recognition to filmmakers from around the world and all walks of life, as well as celebrating films that raise awareness to global and local issues. Such kind of festivals are not only important contributors to the cultural, economic, and social development of the territories where they are established, but they are also an essential links in the film industry chain as they afford international outreach to films and other commercial opportunities. At least, at last, not at least, in the middle of this ongoing pandemic, when the movie industry is affected the most, this type of event comes up as a ray of hope for us, for filmmakers. I also, thank you very much. I ask everyone present here today to rise up, join hands to make this event successful and celebrated all over the world. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Krishnamalla sir, for your valuable words. We really do appreciate your presence, and thank you for being there in Nepali film industry, and yes, of course, making this huge industry and making us known all around the world. So yes, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, as our next speaker, we do have Chairman of Film Development Board Nepal, Mr. Dayaram Dahal. He is also one of the very finest film director in the industry. And yes, we'll be shortly welcoming him after a while. But yes, the show must go on. So further, we'd like to welcome our another special guest who will be giving his speech and lighten the moment as well. So we do have Mr. Binod Paudil. He is a principal at Oscar International College, also a very good director and one of the person who is very good in film writing. And yes, we'd like to now welcome our very special guest, Mr. Binod Paudil, for his speech. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just got to know that he is not available right at the moment. We'll be welcoming him shortly. But yes, now we take a pride to welcome our chief jury, our jury members. And yes, we do have as our chief jury Alberto Guzman from United States, and he is co-founder of Arlington International Film Festival. He is also both an educator and a journalist. He has also enjoyed a successful career in journalism, in radio broadcasting, as well as owning and operating newspapers. So here we welcome our chief jury of festival, Mr. Alberto Guzman from United States. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the new normal and how we
All right.
are carrying forward our program.
Now,
And yes, of course, in and out of our guests and our speakers are being also analyzed. So analyzing all this, now we'd like to welcome our next speaker, and most probably, I believe she's there. So she is from our jury member, Lian Kuzin, and she is current manager at festival programming at the Toronto International Film Festival. She was recently a programmer with the Overlook Film Festival and been international programming associate for TIFF since 2017, covering UK, Western Europe, and South Asian programming. So here we welcome Lian Kuz.
Thank you, Rasa, and thank you to the esteemed guests joining these opening ceremonies today. It's truly my honor to have been asked to sit on the jury of the second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival. My many thanks to the festival and to Santosh Subedi for guiding me through all the changes that occurred this past year. I know it's not an easy task wrangling jury members on top of filmmakers, so thank you for your patience with us all. My name is Lian Kunji, and I'm a manager of festival programming at the Toronto International Film Festival. And I was introduced to the Nepal Cultural International Film Festival last year, as at that time, we were looking to welcome this festival to Toronto. We were so looking forward to welcoming you all and the great Nepalese Canadian community back to our building in Toronto, as they have always come to support us and our festival whenever we play Nepalese or South Asian films. However, in this 2020 year, which has proven to be unexpected for the world at large, these plans have changed. With travel restrictions remaining in place, and as many of us are living in second lockdowns, as COVID-19 continues to make its permanent mark on our lives, and in many families who are suffering from the losses due to this pandemic, the decision was steadfastly made to move this festival online. This year has been an extremely tough year globally because of the pandemic, and I know some of the best laid plans have had to change and adapt to the virtual space to continue to bring us all together. Having gone through it quite intensely this past year for our own festival, bringing TIFF online, I know it's no easy feat to put together a virtual festival and gather people online in these enduring times. My sincere thanks to every member of the team who made this possible. For your work and devotion, we thank you for keeping art, film, and connection thriving in these times. And to all the guests that are joining virtually this year to participate in the festival, thank you. Your support to the ecosystem of films, filmmakers, and festivals alike are imperative at this time. Thank you for choosing to support an important festival like this one, who remains committed to sharing stories and culture across the globe. Film is something we can take comfort in the safety of our own homes. And despite the vast changes in the way we will be interacting with one another in the months and years to come because of the pandemic, we can still find a deep connection with our community through film. I've been so fortunate to support our artistic director and co-head Cameron Bailey in programming South Asian films for TIFF for the last 3 years. And I'm so looking forward to seeing the films in competition at this festival. There are so many filmmakers pushing the boundaries of storytelling, and I have no doubt that this competition will show a great selection. Congratulations to all the films and filmmakers in competition. I wish everyone a great festival over the next month. And thank you again for welcoming me onto this jury. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lan Kunz, for your wonder words and yes, your support and all the things you have been doing for film industries. So, ladies and gentlemen, now we take pride to welcome our chief jury, and we very much apologize because of the technical things that we could not welcome you for much bit previous one. So here we welcome Mr. Alberto Guzman from United States, and he is the chief jury of our festival. He is also co-founder of Arlington International Film Festival. He is both educator and journalist, and he has enjoyed a successful career in journalism, in radio broadcasting, as well as owning and operating newspapers. So here we welcome you, sir, in our second festival.
Good morning to all of you from Arlington, Massachusetts. And good evening to you in Kathmandu. I am Alberto Guzman from the Arlington International Film Festival, founder and organizer. Yes, we end our festival 10-year celebrations. And it's an honor for me to be with you tonight. And I want to congratulate all the organizers for this effort. In times of COVID-19, it's a huge achievement. And I want to congratulate to all of you, to you volunteers, the filmmakers, the authorities, and the arts organizations. We have a slogan at the Arlington International Film Festival. We are more than a film festival. We are a celebration of the arts. And we want to encourage you, to invite you to stand to your mission statement. Our mission is to foster appreciation for different cultures by exploring the lives of people through film and to nurture the next generation of filmmakers. I want to thank you for this opportunity, and I wish you the best this year online festival. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your kind regards and yes, your view about our festival doing virtually this way. Thank you so much for your presence. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to welcome our next jury member from Los Angeles. She is Elizabeth White, and she is award-winning director, producer, best known for her independent production with dozens of credits under her name, including top names in film and music industry. She is also served as Goodwill Ambassador for international charities, including Amnesty International and Ronald McDonald Housing Hospitals. So we'd like to welcome Elizabeth White for another speech.
Good evening from Los Angeles. It's 3:40 in the morning, so I'm trying to still keep awake, but I'd like to thank, well, I'm truly honored, and I'd like to thank you for inviting me to this wonderful festival, Nepal Culture International Film Festival. Thank you, Santosh, as well, for helping me and guiding me through all this. Thank you to all the judges and to the wonderful speakers we had before. It was very inspiring. Well, I'm a independent filmmaker. I've been doing this for a very long time. When I was 18, I got into the music industry, and I toured around the world. I sold lots of albums, and then 10 years ago, I started behind the camera. What would I like to say? I'd like to say we need art. We need filmmakers. We need doctors. We need teachers. We need all occupations. But at the end of the day, what do? We go home and watch movies. We like to be entertained. So to all the filmmakers out there, please, we need to do not stop making films. We need to find a way to produce and make movies, short films. I was in Indonesia end of March when this, the whole COVID thing, and I had to take the last plane back home to Los Angeles. I was directing a feature film. And the executive producer came and said, Indonesia has to shut down as well, so you need to fly back home. And we had to stop our movie, which we're very disappointed. Nobody knew what was going to happen, so we had to stop. So I came back here to Los Angeles. It didn't stop me. Afterwards, we went to Virginia. We shot another movie. I had Sally Kirkland. She's an Oscar nominee and Golden Globe award winner actress, 80 years old. And she took the plane to Virginia and she shot this movie with me. We're now in post-production. So films, film brings diversity. They bring culture. Film brings awareness. Film brings love. Film brings music. Film brings happiness. And we need to support filmmakers. We need to support art because we need art. I'd like to congratulate all the attendees and all the selected films. I'm really looking forward to watch all these amazing movies from all around the world. Thank you to my co-judges and to all the people that helped, make this film festival. That's about it. And I'll see you guys the whole entire month, I guess. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your wonder words. And yes, I believe your experiences and yes, what all you have done for the industry, they are being an inspiration for many. And your word, we need to support us because we need us. That was, I believe, it went straight to our hearts. So, ladies and gentlemen, further we'd like to welcome our another jury for the festival, Jalike Alek. She is social and audiovisual entrepreneur from Croatia. She holds experience as a festival artistic director, film jury, and film festival programmer in Southern Asia, and also involved in European Asian collaborations as an active member of Filmmakers Association in Croatia. So we'd like to welcome Jalike Alek here.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Dear established guests and organizing team of the second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival. Before everything else, I sincerely hope that you're doing well and safe in these challenging times for everyone, especially for filmmakers and artists, as you're aware. I'm honored to be today with you, even with a Zoom call instead of seeing you all together in a beautiful Nepal. My sincere gratitude goes to the festival team for this opportunity to participate at this incredible festival as a jury member, along with my fellow international and Nepali colleagues, and to everyone else who made this festival possible. As a former artistic director of a small international film festival in Lalipur, also known as Yala, and as a current programmer for the largest Bengali film festival, Dhaka International Film Festival, where I previously participated as a jury member, I'm more than aware of the remarkable effort needed to make a festival like this one possible. Therefore, kudos to all of you. I vividly remember Nepal as a beautiful country of inspiring culture, unbelievable kindness, and incredible talent and potential for storytelling, as I had a chance to live and work in Kathmandu. It will be a true joy to watch international and national selected films from Austria, where I am right now, and use this as an escape to travel the world in a way. I believe that filmmaking is about unity, storytelling, and bringing the world together for films. And I have no doubts that this festival will succeed in bringing truly an international and cultural spirit, even if online. My hopes are high that next time we will be gathering together in Nepal to celebrate together. Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you so much, Chalia Alak, for your presentation, and hopefully we'll be doing our third cultural festival with all your presence, and we hope for the best and hope that this pandemic ends very shortly and we'll be together enjoying festival as a festival. So further, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce our another jury member for the speech, and yes, she is from Nepal, one of the very acclaimed finest director, finest actor. So she is Richa Sharma, National Award-winning actress, and also known for his character-driven movies that have set a benchmark in Nepali film industry. For her, art has always been a means of exploiting and obvious, and which informs and fuels all the human motives. She made her debut in film industry since 2010, and also a producer and yes, one of the finest actor. So we'd like to welcome Ms. Richa Sharma for our next speech.
Hello, everyone. Namaste. Well, I don't know how to wish you all, because it's, I think, night somewhere, evening somewhere, and morning somewhere. But I would just want to greet you by saying namaste. That's how we greet in Nepal. And I'm really, really thankful, first of all, to Nepal Cultural International Film Festival, especially Santosh Subedi ji, who really, really did a lot to make it happen in Canada since last year. We were all really excited for this festival to, as just Urussa said, to celebrate it as a festival. But since the pandemic happened and things just changed drastically for everyone around the globe, we couldn't really be there in person physically to do NCIFF second edition. But nevertheless, you know, as we all say, the show must go on. I think NCIFF has taken this initiative to do the festival virtually, and I'm just so glad to be part of the jury member for NCIFF second edition, and it's my pleasure to be together with all the distinguished and veteran legends, right now here when I'm doing this webinar. I'm really, really glad and pleased, and to be representing Nepali cinema in some ways, and to be part of NCIFF second edition. Well, I would really like to congratulate the jury member, and I'm really, really hoping and I'm really excited to be actually watching all the movie as a jury, because I'm myself a producer of films, so I just don't like judging films in terms of numbers, because I think art is just art, no matter what. People just put so much of effort, and they put their heart, soul, and emotionally they're so attached with the project that everyone just do all they can to make a movie beautiful. And I think we should appreciate that, coming from all over the world, and that's what exactly we all are going to do with all the movies that we have received this year. And regarding Nepali films, I'm really excited. Nepali films, we are doing really well past few years. We are also stepping into world cinema, which is a great, great, great thing for all of us. A lot of movies like To name a few, there Kalo Poti, The Black Hen, and The White Sun, and a lot of films that's been going to world cinema is really making us proud and creating a space for us, for Nepali films, for people to recognize. And that really humbles me, you know, to be part of NCIFF and to be sharing this with you all. And in hopefully in future, as a woman producer, you know, I see like a lot, like I see a future for all the women, especially women producers. I would really, really like to, technicians, producers, a director, whoever, you know, I would really wish they would come forward, because in Nepal, it's little, it's not yet, you know, I mean, the opportunity is there, the platform is there, but the women are really, really not stepping into filmmaking. And as one of our jury member just said, that you know, we need lots of filmmakers. We need filmmakers of all gender, all backgrounds, you know. So I would really hope that a festival like these, when we all from all over the world come together, we will make a difference and we will make some change for all the filmmakers who are aspiring and who really want to be here and who are so passionate about films. And with that, I really want to thank one more time NCIFF. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here tonight. And at 3 a.m. from Los Angeles. Thank you so much for all of you for making this a grand success. And yeah, I hope to see you all in person someday, maybe at some part of the world. And thank you so much. I'm really glad. Namaste.
Thank you so much, Richa Sharma ji, for your humble words. And she's always been known for a down-to-earth actor in Nepal. And also she did appreciations to all the film members, film team, working from technicians to all the actors, from behind the scenes to in front of the screen. And yes, giving more power to women. So thank you so much for your kind words. So ladies and gentlemen, moving forward, we do have a guest speaker for the next turn. So we'd like to now welcome Renee Edward, filmmaker, producer, director, and creator from London as our guest speaker. So we welcome you, ma'am, here.
Thank you, Urussa, and namaste, everyone. Yes, there are 4 groups of people here today, and all are needed to bring a film to life, like 4 elements. The festival organisers, the filmmakers, the contributors whose stories we tell, and the audience. The audience are the film lovers like yourselves who breathe life into the films about culture, women, children, young people. Watching a film is an active process. You're spending your most valuable asset, time, to be here. And because it gives you the opportunity to feel the emotions, the excitement, nurture ideas, inspire, and the films become a life force. We're all here together, having a collective, memorable experience, creating positive memories at this challenging time in history. This reminds me of another challenging time when Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans in 2005, and the flooding that followed caused death and destruction in the birthplace of jazz. My father and many family members live in New Orleans, and I spent many summers there as a child and felt regret after the disaster for not knowing the city better. Being here in London, as well as my concern for the people, I was concerned for the music and the culture. What would become of it, that thing that which had been part of the soundtrack to my own childhood? Myself and many others, approximately 100 people in front and behind the camera, spent 4 years documenting the stories of several musicians as they fought to bring back their music scene and manage their health issues. It would be a decade before the film was finished. The musicians heavily relied on a charity which featured in the film and gives them access to healthcare, the New Orleans Musicians Clinic, which was itself struggling after the hurricane. The contributors opened their hearts and lives to tell their stories, and it was a privilege to preserve their words and to document not only the rebirth of the music in New Orleans, but also the inspiring resilience and strength of the people there. In New Orleans, music isn't something you play and something you do, it's who you are. So as the musicians laid themselves bare to us, putting their trust in us, We went on to interpret their story into one note at a time. And now you, the audience, give us your trust in watching the finished film. I always wanted the film to make you feel as though you'd been to the city, that you'd met the musicians firsthand, listening to their stories, listening to their music and visiting their city. So I hope you find your collective trip rewarding to New Orleans and all the other destinations in the films in the festival. As a close, I turn to the four elements, those of us who are here taking part in this unique festival. We all have a part to play, the contributors within the films who have shared their lives with us, the filmmakers who have worked with them to capture their stories and craft them, the audience who are supporting the Independent Film Festival. These festivals are the soul of the festival circuit. The organisers of the second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival, who are committed that meaningful films are seen. Thank you for this opportunity that you've brought to us, to the filmmakers and to the independent film scene, bringing an opportunity for the films to surprise and delight and teach and live on. An opportunity to share this experience with you. I hope that I can say that on behalf of all of us, we're very excited to be part of this festival. Thank you to Mr. Karki, Dr. Koirala, Mr. Subedi, Rupmangud Katawal, Mr. Hamal, Mr. Guzman, and all the distinguished hosts, judges, the festival team, and the participants in this phenomenal event. As we bring all these elements together, I want us to all realize how powerful it is that we're all contributing to this collective experience. We all have our parts to play, such that independent film not only survives, but it thrives. Because we're here and about to enjoy this experience as one, connected and together. So thank you and namaste.
Thank you, and yes, namaste, Renee Edwards, for your kind words and letting also music known to the world. And yes, of course, how music plays a vital role in film as well. So ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to welcome our next guest speaker. Here is a filmmaker, Mark Pinoli, and CEO in Locked-In Foundation, filmmaker and director from Australia. So we'd like to welcome Mark Pinoli.
Thank you, Urussa. Chief guest, festival chairperson, festival patron and advisor, jurists, festival committee members, special guests, filmmakers and guests. Namaste, my name is Mark Pinoli and I'm the CEO of the Locked-In Foundation. I've had the pleasure of a long connection with Nepal when I first trekked in the Annapurna region some 23 years ago. And since then I've returned many times over the decades. 9 years ago, I was inspired to start a charity and help rural schools in Nepal. And during that time, I've been filming and I wanted to craft the many hours of footage I shot over the years into a documentary. And eventually that dream was realized, but in an unexpected way. A tragic earthquake that struck Nepal in 2015 brought me back to work besides my very good friends in Nepal to help schools recover from the disaster. And I was also able to film the work that eventually became the documentary Earth Q. So I was thrilled when festival chairperson Santosh Subedi invited me to submit the film to this festival, and honoured when I was invited to speak to you today as a filmmaker on behalf of filmmakers who are part of this wonderful event. And that's the short story of how I got here, because we filmmakers, of course, love a story. I was eagerly awaiting the festival launch in Toronto that was scheduled for April this year. And of course, those plans went awry because of the pandemic, which has created a great deal of difficulty and suffering. I have to say that I've been inspired by people's determination to rise to the challenge and be very creative and adopt new ways of continuing their work. And I have no doubt that the people at the Nepal Culture and Film Centre have been working hard, and they were not going to be put off by a pandemic, and made the wise choice to have the festival online with 41 films from 24 countries, which I think is an exceptional effort. As a filmmaker, I think I can speak on behalf of all of us that it's very exciting and an honour to have your film shown at a festival. An awful lot of time and effort goes into their production. It's a real labour of love. So the committee's determination to help get our films out to the widest possible audience, no matter what the situation, I think commands our respect. So I would like to express our gratitude to the Nepal Culture and Film Centre, Film Festival Committee and jurists for their persistence and tireless effort. I wish the greatest success of the festival may promote film culture in Nepal, inspire more filmmakers to become involved in filmmaking, and also attract people to Nepal so they can understand why so many of us love the country. I encourage everyone to take the time to view the wonderful films being screened, starting, I believe, on the 3rd of December. My sincere thanks for the opportunity to speak, and a heartfelt congratulations to the filmmakers who have been chosen to be part of the festival. Stay safe during these troubled times. Dhanyabad. Thank you.
Dhanyavad. Yes, of course, Mark Pinoli. And yes, sharing the connections, how you felt when you came Nepal was really very interesting. And yes, of course, we look forward you all to visit Nepal once in your life. And well, ladies and gentlemen, now we'd like to welcome our next guest speaker, Catherine Harold, an actress, director, producer, and writer from France. So here we have, can we have her right here?
Good evening, and thank you very much for this platform and opportunity to speak at the opening of the second Nepal Cultural International Film Festival 2020. It's an incredible honor to be here with you all. I graduated in 2019 from the University of the Arts London with a bachelor's degree in live events and television. I've chosen to speak in regards to my selected short film, La Lettre, which was a second-year school assignment where I was given the freedom to speak on a subject of choice as long as I chose to set the film in 1950s Britain. I chose to write on a conflicting marriage and a wife's desire to stand up for her right to personal authentic choice, a desire I believe which still universally resonates. As a woman, I am faced daily with various forms of oppression and have suffered personal injustice. I don't want to dictate a formula as I come from a specific culture and each country possesses different laws, agendas, and struggles, but I do believe that a woman and human should be enabled to be their true authentic person without suffering horrific consequences for those choices. These choices for myself personally include the ability to accomplish personal dreams and ambitions, the ability to possess equal human rights, and the freedom to choose personal identity. I strongly believe in the power of community and solidarity. And as a result, believe as a woman, we should ask ourselves important questions such as, how can we uplift and encourage our fellow sister along her personal individual journey? And as I fight for my various choices and rights, how can I enable my sister those same liberties? My personal message to you, which I've had on my heart for a while, is we are all valuable, possessing unique gifts which are interlinked into a tapestry of a far greater design than any of us could begin to fathom. And I hope one day this equal value that we each individually possess will be universally recognized. Thank you so much for this incredible opportunity. I'm truly honored.
Thank you so much, Ms. Catherine Harold, for your wonderful speech. And yes, we all are valuable and we all are worth it. And thank you so much for letting us know our worth as well with your wonder words. So moving on, we do have our next guest ready for speech. So we'd like to welcome James C., founder of Lost Creatives from United Kingdom, for his words.
Well, thank you, everyone. I hope you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much for asking me to be part of this festival. As you will figure out, I'm from Scotland, so please forgive the accent. It's not the easiest. I saw that. I have been a makeup artist for over 20 years. I have worked in film, TV, commercial, theatre, all kinds of different projects. This is a huge honour and I want to say thank you to the organisers. One of the things I love about film is, for me as a member of the crew, I get to be part of the story. I get to help the actors create the look, create the character that they play. There are obviously a lot of stories that I could tell. Not all of them, by the way, are suitable for public. And at some point, I will release a biography. It could get ugly very quickly. I think what we all have to focus on now is just how important our job is. We bring happiness. We bring something fresh. We give people a distraction, a little break from everything else that's going on in their life. We are the creative talent. There's a lot of amazing people here today. I can see some confusion. Is everybody okay? Can you understand? Okay. I see odd people that don't look like they're following. It's fine. Film, TV, whether it's a short film, a feature film, a TV show, do it because it's your passion. I love working with people who are passionate about their job, which is why I agreed to be involved and write about and talk about this festival. It's such a big part of our industry is showcasing talent. All the new people that are coming in, all the established and amazing talents that are there that can teach. We need to keep moving forward. All else, all of this should be about passion. Showcase who you are, showcase what you love. And if you're going to hire people, I'll give you some free advice. Look at their portfolios. Get makeup staff who want to be involved because we can make the difference. We can help you showcase. Everybody is important in this job. And such an amazing thing to see people from every corner of the world, from obviously me in Scotland to everyone in Nepal, America, Australia. Such amazing talent. I would love to be there with everyone properly so we can all sit down and have coffee and talk and make films and keep all of this rolling forward. But sadly, we can't do that. I want to see more films get made. I am planning my own projects for the new year. I love the idea of working in Nepal. By the way, Mark, we have to talk because I need more information. Even Australia, wherever you go, whatever you do, make it so that people will look at it and go, wow. Show them who you are, give them something to look at, give them a distraction. The world is a horrible place right now. The politics, the virus, all these things happening. Give them something to distract them. Show them what is out there and what can be done. I will hand back to our lovely host because I can't think of anything more to say. Other than this, thank you again for letting me be involved. Keep doing what you're doing and don't let the passion for this die. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your wonder words, James C. And yes, we are very much fortunate that not physically, but we are right here connected virtually like this and celebrating this second NCIFF and celebrating this festival this own way. And yes, we again want to look forward you all once again in Nepal. If you haven't visited Nepal, yes, it's very beautiful country, and yes, country you must visit once in a lifetime. So moving forward, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome our next guest speaker, Sanjita Bulbul Agrawal, a film representative, actor, filmmaker, artist from India.
Hello, namaste, good morning, everybody. It is actually, I'm in the US, so I don't know how that happened, but I'm a US-based artist and filmmaker. A very warm hello to all of you, and a big thank you to the festival for, keeping this torch burning through these really tough times. It's very hard as an artist to remain motivated at times like this. So this kind of sort of meeting with all of you virtually, it sort of brings you back into the conversation, and again the ideas start to flow. So I think it's very important that through this time we all keep meeting and engaging with each other, looking at each other's work, and sort of being reminded of our mission, our joint mission to sort of tell our stories and keep bringing them to the world. And of course, we couldn't do it without festivals like yours. It's really, I feel like we had no avenue to tell our stories if it wasn't for the effort that you make to bring it to the world. So thank you for that. We've been through a very tough time here in the US. My story kind of touches upon that. My film, 5 O'Clock Shadow, is the story of an Indian American mother who is the victim of racial abuse. It is based a little bit on an incident that I faced myself. So I do hope all of you will watch it. And I'm just deeply honored that I was included in this festival, and I look forward to watching everyone else's films also. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Ms. Sangrita Agrawal, and representing India, I must say, but she is in US, but our hearts are connected like this virtually. So no matter wherever we are, no matter which place we define, but then we are here to make and yes, support film industry as a whole, and it makes us a huge pride to be connected this way in virtual form. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome our next guest speaker, and we'd like to really appreciate for showing up and yes, coming up here and speaking about film industry and how all you are working makes us feel really, really proud of a film organization as a whole. So we do have Alvaro Albino, filmmaker, producer, and writer from Brazil. So we'd like to welcome you for a speech.
Hello guys, how are you? Oh my God, I'm so happy to be here. Thank you very much for inviting me today. I see a lot of people very polite, and I'm with this terrible hair, so please ignore that. I'm so happy. I'm a young filmmaker from Brazil, and I know how difficult it is to start in this business, but that's why festivals exist. That's why we want to promote people trying to make films, show stories, and that's what I like about films. They're good ways to show stories for the world, and I really want to see good Nepalish films. I'm pretty sure that I will watch. I'm watching a bunch of international films lately, and I hope that a lot of the new films that I will watch in this festival will be one of them. So I'm very happy, and I'm here to talk about creativity in this festival. So I hope that a lot of people will watch the webinar that I will be hosting. I have wonderful guests. And also, again, I just really want to say that I'm very happy to be here. Thank you for an invitation. And well, let's go to watch the festival.
Well, thank you so much, Alvaro from Brazil. And yes, of course, with this, we are nearly to the end of our today's festival. It's just opening ceremony, but we do have a month-long schedule for you all. So we'd like to request you all to join us with here virtually. And yes, our screening will be done shortly as per the designated dates. And yes, hereby we'd like to let you know that opening ceremony is nearly ended, and second, Nepal Culture International Festival. So giving you some of the synopsis of what all will be happening next is, yes, from 3rd December, selected films will be screened as per the published schedule virtually live from our Facebook and official site. Film screening will be held till to 15th of December. on 17th, 18th, and 19th of December, we will be having a webinar on 3 different topics related to filmmaking, where national and international guests, delegates, filmmakers, and audience will be able to interact as well. And on 29th, yes, 29th of December, we'd like to request you to please mark the dates, because we will be having a final award ceremony live. And yes, we also expect you all to be with us throughout the whole month. And thank you so much, everyone, for your much efforts and giving us your valuable time so that we can arrange and make this opening ceremony festival a grand one in our own way, in new normal. And yes, we wish you all to be positively thinking, but not corona positive or COVID-19 positive. We wish you all for this, and who all contributed here as a speaker. We are very much grateful to all of them. We'd like to appreciate our chief guest, Dr. Shekhar Koirala, our patron, Mr. Rukman Gadkotwal, as we would like to thank advisor Ram Kumar Hamal, chief jury, Alberto Guzman, our jury members, Lion Cousin, Richa Sharma, Elizabeth White, Jalik Ali, our special guest, Mr. Krishna Malla, and our special guest, Mr. Dayaram Dahal, who is the chairman of Film Development Board Nepal, has sent us greetings and congratulated us for this wonderful opening ceremony. And he has also said he will be always there for film industry and working and supporting always, and hoping to make this industry a better one. And yes, of course, thank you so much for your warm regards. And next, Binod Pautelji, we were also expecting him for a speech, but due to some of the technical problems, he could not be here virtually. But yes, thank you so much for sending us lovely and congratulatory wishes. And yes, of course, we'd like to thank everyone who gave their time and efforts. And yes, of course, your valuable presentations were really very much appreciated. And I just also at the end of our show miss our co-host. Our co-host Icha Kaki was supposed to be here, but because of this pandemic, she couldn't join us here. But most probably, we'd like to thank everyone who has been such a spectacular one. And yes, of course, once again, we wish and take all your congratulatory messages as our appreciation, and look forward for you all to come here in Nepal once in a lifetime, visit our beautiful places, and make your destination for filmmaking, our country, our beautiful Nepal. Once again, I'd like to now request our chairperson, Mr. Santosh Subedi, for his final remarks so that we can end up our today's opening festival. And yes, of course, thank you all for your valuable efforts.
Thank you, Ursaji. At the end of the ceremony, I would like to thank you everyone for your valuable presence, your support, your valuable speech. And we are really glad that with your presence today, we are able to finally do our festival grand success. A very warm greetings to you all for your participation. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Have a great time. Namaste.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Santosh Subedi, for your closing remarks. And yes, of course, as you said, we'd also like to recommend and request you all to watch Nepali films. And yes, of course, love Nepali film industry. And every movie is just worth it. And all the efforts, we all need to recognize all the efforts you all have been giving to this whole movie scenario. Thank you so much, everyone. And we look forward for you all to be connected with us the whole month till 29th of December. Hope you enjoyed our today's opening ceremony. And yes, of course, this is me, Urussa Joshi, and our whole team of second NCIFF signing up for today. But yes, We'll be back again next day. Hope you have a wonderful evening, morning, or yes, wherever you are. Hope you have a good time ahead, and yes, free from COVID-19. Thank you so much, and namaskar.